Good evening, sir, and participants. We welcome you all to a webinar on legal startups. Today, we have with us Dr. Kalpesh Kumar L. Gupta, sir. Sir is a law teacher and researcher. Sir has more than 16 years of experience in industry and academia. Sir has worked with advocates, CAs, tax consultants, and various companies. Since 2010, Sir is in the academic field. He has worked as an associate in the business policy area at Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, for 5 years. Sir also worked as an assistant professor, research and faculty coordinator of GNLU Legal Incubation Council (GLIC) at Gujarat National Law University, Gandhinagar, which happens to be India's first legal incubation center. He has played a key role in establishing the GLIC. Presently, Sir is working as an associate professor of law and coordinator of the Entrepreneurship Development Cell at Parul University, Vadodara. His areas of interest are law, management, public policy, RTI, entrepreneurship, startup, legal startup, etc. Sir has founded Pro Bono India and Legal Startups, which are first of its kind platforms in India. Sir has also conducted many workshops on RTI, legal startups, and various legal, non-legal subjects at state as well as at national level. Sir believes in innovation in legal field and has been in that direction. Sir has proposed Court Management Authority Bill 2017, Legal Education Bill 2019, and the Legal Aid Index for Reform, which have been duly appreciated by government and legal fraternity across India. It is indeed a pleasure to have you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your kind introduction. Let me start with my PPT. So I hope our screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
So good evening to all of you, and thank you very much, the team being logical for organizing this webinar. And this is definitely its need of the hour. In last 6 months, I've been on various platforms discussing regarding legal startups and the scope. Being a law student, what extra you can do in the legal field. So let's start. So this is a question generally asked, in the beginning of the, when there's a physical, seminar is there or a workshop. So then I ask, like, what is your, like, what do you really like to be after doing the law or being while in a law, like, what's your plan in future? So there are like options are that you can become advocate, judge, law teacher, legal officers, consultant, and or you can join politics also. This is there are some example in my the circle, but nobody thinks about the outer box. What after with the law degree, what you can do in this the legal field. So there's a word called legalpreneur. That's coined word, like we have must be aware about the entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, woman entrepreneur, techpreneur, right? So these are the term used in the startup world. So legalpreneur, a person starting some legal startup or initiative, so we can call them as a legalpreneur. So points to be pondered upon. These are the three crucial points. What do you mean by startups? Again, generally I ask the interaction is there one to one. So I will talk to and the why startup needed and the why startup succeed. So startup again, we'll see some definition in the next slide. So it is some the new initiative I would say started like there's no straight like a definition for the startup. Like started 6 months back, 1 year back, 2 years back, depending upon the new initiative we can say as a startup. And what is the need of startup? I would say like in one line there is a problem and you solve that problem with your innovative approach, right? Then I will call it is a startup, and it's very general fundamentals in the startup world, right? And why startups succeed? There is a small video on the TED Talk. You can uh, watch it later on. Why startups succeed by Bill Gross. So he talks about like you must be aware about thinking like I don't have money, I don't have team, I don't have revenue model, I don't have other support. So all kind of problem will be there while starting. But in that video that I also believe in the that fundamentals and philosophy. It's regarding all about the timing. Right? We have a good idea, you just launch it, and you will get the support from all over the places. But you need to start. You were thinking I have a good idea, and then whenever I'll get money, I'll get with support, get good team, then I'll be pushing that forward. But no, just jump on your idea, and then people will be there to support you. A startup, some definitions are then, don't try to muck up, just for your understanding. It's a young starting, it's a young company beginning to develop. It's a small, initially finance operated by a handful of founders or individual. It's an entrepreneur venture, new business focus on the searching for a repeatable, scalable business. It's focused on the rapid growth potential for. So young company you can say, but don't put it for like no, don't put it in the months or years the formula. I love this definition. Again, if you're talking about the startup, as I told you, if you're talking about startup, there is a problem, you want to solve that problem, and obviously that will be uncertainty, right? What will happen to your startup or your idea, you never know. So always there will be uncertainty. So you can see this definition, like a startup is a company working to solve a problem where the solution is not obvious and the success is not guaranteed. So you must be aware about the Startup India campaign. It's just completed 5 years this year only. So that was launched in 15 August 2015 by our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. And these are the like action plans for initiative. They are based upon the three pillars: simplification of handholding, funding support, incentive, and the industry academia partnership and incubation. So procedures to be starting a startup, right? The process should be the simplified, and support from every stage for building the startup, and there's your funding support. Incentives should be given like tax purpose or tax exemptions or different kind of funding schemes should come up at a state level and central level, and there should be industry academia partnership and incubation. Again, like there is a lot of gap between whatever you're learning in college, school, colleges, and there's a gap between, and the industry is something very different. To bridge that gap with the innovative, for example, students and good idea, it can be supported at the college university level, and then later on it can be uh, inducted in the industry level. So that and the incubation, you must be aware about, like when a startup is new, different kind of policies are there to support startup at the university college level. Various startup incubators have set up across the India, so they support the startups at the various stages. So this is ranking given by the Department of Industry Policy and Promotion, the Ministry of Commerce. This is last year ranking. I will next slide. Recently they come up with the this year's ranking. So you can see the in 2018 the Gujarat was in top best performers, and top performer you can see the Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha, and Rajasthan. Leader Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, and there are list of aspiring leaders, emerging states, and the beginners. So they come up with this ranking launched in 2018, and then this is the recent ranking launched in September 2020 only. You can see again Gujarat is the best performer. The reason I will tell you in a few seconds. The top performer Karnataka, Kerala leaders and sorry leaders in different states are there in the different categories. Now, one of the reason why Gujarat is in the top for last couple of years. So we have called SSIP policy, Student Startup Innovation Policy, launched by Education Department, Government of Gujarat in 2017. I was also at GNLU. I was there with the incubation center, so I did all the formalities to have get the funding from this Education Department under this policy. So, they give funding to, you can see the 40 lakh students in the more than 60 universities in Gujarat. They have given the fundings. And there's a threshold limit is there. So every student will get the 2 lakh rupees funding at their, when while studying. And after passing out within a 5 years. So alumni also, they can avail the benefits under this policy. So again, the best thing about this policy is you're not required to give money back to the government or university. They given funding to university, colleges, in institutions, and you might have seen, if you're getting money from any investors or even in your family, that you are required to pay that money with their interest. But here, I like this is for the experimentation. Why students are reluctant to come up with something new idea, initiate new idea, because in the beginning they lack of support. So different, it's not about money. Different kind of benefits are like mentoring, support, training, nurturing, grooming. So all kind of activities they've come up in last 3 years. this is a wonderful policy initiated by the Gujarat government, and this kind of policy should be implemented at the national level also and various state level. So you can see these are the the criteria on which the right side you can see the ranking is given. So the hand-holding startups and the easing compliance with regulation, infrastructure, research and development, human capital development, assistance in fundraising through fiscal incentive, providing marketing support, international exposures, number of key incubation centers, size of the mentor network. So these are the parameters they decide ranking for the state. So here now they're defined. Ministry of Commerce they're defined the initiative like the when it will call it a startup. The reason for the incentive purpose, like there are like other tax benefits are there and other support systems are there. So they put up criteria like up to a period of 7 years from the date of incorporation or registration. So maybe like if it's the private limited company or partnership firm or limited liability partnership. So 7 years in biotechnology, it's a 10 years. Right? And lastly, you can see uh, the red, the mark in the red. So whenever this I talked told in the beginning, the startup will be focusing on solving a problem with the innovative approach. Existing business, right, and then nothing is new there, and the approach very old one, and we are not doing any new. So then it won't fall under this definition or the definition also. So entity working towards innovation, development or improvement of product or process or services. It is scalable business model with a high potential of employment generation, wealth creation. So again, you have to think about some innovative approach. If it already existing, you come up with something new, or whatever is existing, you should come up with something innovative approach in that part. So then it will be called as a startup. Again, if you're crossing the the turnover crossing 25 crore rupees, and then in pattern sector, so it will be called won't be called as a startup because they've set up a threshold limit while deciding the startup the terminology. Now this is very shocking, the headline. So, why 90% of Indian startup fail because of lack of innovation? Because what happens happens like whatever product or services are available, we try to replicate those in our area, our region. That's a biggest disadvantage by starting any initiatives. Like you can see, 77% of venture capital survey believe the Indian startup lack new technology and unique business model. Now let's see some of the example. You can see all of you are aware about this the company. So there's Uber, and then come with Ola, Amazon, and then come with Flipkart, Spotify, and Ghana.com. Right? A legal field, I will also talk to you regarding the legal field. How in last 6 months, I would say, various students they have come up with like startup, and I'm barring few, right? All are as usual, like who are startups, like it's usual startup, I would say. So legal startup, you can say, is a newly formed organization providing innovative products or services to improve legal service delivery. And keep one thing in mind, like practicing and starting a law firm, right? It's not a legal startup. Right? Until unless it's an innovative approach, then it will be called as a startup. Otherwise, no. There are some law firms they have come up and they are supporting legal. They're not startups, not legal startups only. They're supporting startups. So we can call them as a startup because they are ultimately supporting the startup. And especially like not legal services, like and legal aid also. Like providing legal aid, you also need innovative approach. There are various platforms like social legal platforms. They have come up with the legal awareness, legal aid. So that kind of area also required. Not regarding the general practicing area and come with something new in that. So no, legal aid also be required some support, some different mechanism, different approach to reach out to the people and for the better awareness, better implementation of a particular law. So these are the classification. We can classify the legal startup in 4 category: B2C, B2B, B2G, and B2L. B2C is a business to the customer. B2B is a business to business. B2G is a business to government, and B2L is business to lawyer. So So now you can see B2C, like finding a lawyer, like you're in need of lawyer, you can search. There are some platform, you can just search different area where lawyers are available and which field they are practicing in. Do it yourself, like legal documents. You just from your side, you just fill the basic detail. Templates are there, and then within a few minutes, your document is ready, and then you can go with the document. Online legal aid, again, as I told you, like directly, it's a B2C. Directly, it's reaching to the and I would say and the consumer. And free legal aid, again, directly it's reaching to that also required in that falls under this category B2C. Now B2B, the business to business. Again, in this category, they also require business houses also require or any organization requires legal support. So for them also, they can find a lawyer online. They're managing legal supply chain management. So in that case, some law firms are there. So they are also from starting case, from initiation of case till and they manage all kind of legal that supply chain. Legal processing outsourcing, it must be about the BPO, business processing outsourcing, knowledge processing outsourcing. So you can do involving yourself, your company, start a company, and doing the legal compliances for the people who are residing abroad. Compliance is contract management. So legal compliance can be done online, and you can come and the contract management. You can legal documentation now. It's very easy to have a legal documents done online with the help of various platform and the various support system. B2G, again, this is for the government. B2G is a business to government. Like you can come up with some solution, and then it can be implemented by the government or judiciary also. For example, like there are close to more than 3 crore cases are pending in India now. So there are alternative dispute resolution mechanisms are there. So now ADR now one step for the further. You can see now. Last one a couple of years, I would say, like we are moving into the direction of online dispute resolution. So there are, it's saving some money, like because ADR also it cost. There are some issues with the ADR. Now online dispute resolutions have come up. I will discuss some of the platform are there regarding this. You can come up with some software app for the government or judiciary, so they can, if it is good, so it can be implemented by and then it can be adopted by the government itself. The last thing you can see the business to lawyer. So for the lawyers, lawyer marketing, common platform for the legal research, analytics, law firms or legal. I know you can come as a individual also law firms or big the forms they can come up with this, use this kind of platform. Legal education training like online courses are there. Client case management platform. So these are the 4 categories that I have discussed. Now let's have a look at it, some of the legal startups in this half of my like student. That's why I put up because I know them how they started. Like see the example like Law Toons, two sisters they started. One of the student was from Gujarat National Law University. So they I would call it as a social legal startups. So they for the legal awareness they explain the law in very comical with the comics. They come up with they got the funding, crowdfunding you must be aware about, and then they started this initiative. They come up with a couple of edition of this comics book. Law pay for his my like a student recently passed out. So when he was second year in 2016, he started, and the cases, the judgments are very long, and then he started making briefs with the batchmates. So that we started making summary of cases. Live law must be aware about live law and law purpose. They started with around it's been like 7 8 years. They started and doing wonderful job. And the live law, it seems I would say in the top because it have, like I would say highest number of traffic in this the legal segment, and law purpose is there. And Annie Leon again, you can see it is involved in the online legal like law courses. So again, it's alumni of Gujarat National Law University. Case mine against based on artificial intelligence. So when you put up judgment, and and then summary will be will be there in a couple of minutes maybe. So it's based on artificial intelligence. Knowledge teach, you can see, is again conference seminar. And the GRTC, the student of UPS Dehradun, he started. You just check it out. We got the support from Siri Jamachand Mangal Das, the incubators last year. and then recently now he's moving forward regarding, so he's bridging the gap between internships and law firms, and they can approach for them. So very good platform for the I mean legal the internship for the law students. Lex ADR is a student of again from GNLU. He started platform on ADR, as I told, is alternative dispute resolution. So we started recently conducted various competition also in lockdown online on ADR. Conducted course also. We conduct interview also. We're practicing in ADR field. Lex Quest again, two students from GNLU, and they did the master from Pennsylvania in public policy. So this is a social legal startup. Super Lawyer again, it's not that much active. They conduct interview of people in the legal field, and they something unique in that field. So they conduct interview on those person. Law Catharsis magazine, Advocates 18 against very good platform tech sector, you can say. Catharsis magazine again started by GNU student. As you can see, it's SOCO. It's the full form is socially connected. Again started by GNU student on the like, social legal startup. I would say socially connected SOCO. And the law learner you can see in the bottom right. So again, come up with the various courses, short-term courses with the very minimal amount. So these are some example have given the legal startup. Now you can see. I would say last 6 month, not less than maybe 30 initiative startups have come up from other law students. So these are the couple of some of the startup I have mentioned, and some of the startup I've been guiding them. So you can see the All India Legal Forum is working with my team, Pro Bono India. Law Premises again started by Symbiosis. Pune student Samvedi started by GNLU student. Law Essential, Kanuniyat, Law CN, and the Legal Exciter. Lots of like they come up with very unique, the name of the startup. Same thing like being logical also initiative. So again, like keep one thing in mind: we need to move around the law, rules, regulation, judgment. So that is our inputs for the our startup. How will you better present on your platform? It matters, right? We have seen variety of initiative come up with very competition. That is why to enter into the market. That is fine. You come with different competition, different short-term courses or webinar, but try to differentiate yourself in that particular field. Otherwise, like it will be like any other startups, right? You can see examples are there. So variety of, you can just check it website later on how they differentiate from each other. So what others are doing, I have seen, most of the startup by law student, they want to become a live law or law octopus, or the knowledge tea, but try to come up with your own initiative, and some USP should be there. For that thing, the person should come to your platform, right? What they are doing, they work with a conference, seminar, and then interview, and then some this competition, then they start. That is fine, but for at least 10-20% should be some differentiate, different things should be there on your platform. Uh, I was there at the GNLU, handling as faculty coordinator. I had a very good experience in starting this the GNLU Legal Incubation Council. It's a Section 8 company. I think some of you must be knowing what is Section 8 company. It's a not-for-profit company. So GNLU is a promoter. So we had a, like we divided in three part: Inkment, ECL, and research. So Inkment is a like incubation and mentoring support. So to support them in monetary terms and mentor them whenever they required any assistance. ECL is a then student body. They conduct various programs and various workshops, seminars, and the various talks by the person who started it. It's a student body and research, and like student faculties also involved. Some faculties are involved in the startup related the projects, and the student was also involved in those projects. Now, this is like a legal startup. I started 2018. I was the faculty coordinator at GNLU. So whenever I used to ask, a student, so hardly a few students were aware about what they can do. Even I'm talking about the law student, they were not aware about the legal, the startup, what they can do new in the legal the field. Same thing whenever we are talking to the people here, the layman, I would say, they don't know about the legal the field. So then I'm asking when you're talking about I'm doing the research in the legal field, they'll be what kind of research, right? On law, what you will do in the research. Same thing in the startup also, legal field, what you are doing in the this legal like startup. So that way, then I started this platform. So whatever legal startups are there all over the world, so that I putting at one placement, one place, so then people can know about okay, these are the area they can involve in. From the startup, let me tell you, it started by engineers, not a law student. Let me show you the website, how it works. You'll get the idea what kind of okay, I hope screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is
Hello.
visible.
Yeah. So you can see 2018 just completed 2 year. This is third year is going on. So you can see different. These are the like team. Like you can see the GLIC team, which is director and the faculty coordinator and the student team. So you can see here. Let me go to the legal startup. So startups you can click, and then this is from my understanding. I have classified this startup, and you can see if you want to go into tech platform and then go to country. So okay, let's for example, let me go to India. So these are the some of the startup will come up with. So this is for my understanding. I have divided and tried putting whenever I get. So you can see easy inherit. I got to know 3 days back only. I was looking at so every day. I check it out. What's happening in legal, the legal startup area. So I just connected with the founder and the chief CEO of in Easy Inherit. This is regarding will, and they face the problem regarding, and they come up with this website technological platform. So it's a very smooth functioning of the will and inheritance of the property they started. In between here you can see the CODR is a again online dispute resolution platform, and then Law Wagon against online dispute resolution system they come up with. Legal the case file, as I told you, it's a platform based upon the artificial intelligence. Like the cases are very long, and then with this help of artificial intelligence, you can get the summary in. Very within a few minutes. So different kind of C platform like legal aid, legal awareness. Let me go to okay. So these are the result you will get like law premises, Jawab Do, IPSisto, I Pro Bono. It's doing wonderful job in the legal aid area. Law tools, as I just talked to you, Pro Bono India. That's my initiative. I will talk to you in a couple of minutes. Yeah, so these are the some platform regarding online courses. You can different categories are there. This is like online courses and legal aid, legal awareness also. So and then different kind of categorize. I have categorized in online searches, information platform, legal services, tech platform, legal aid courses. I'll planning to add a couple of more because other startups are also coming. They are not falling under this you know, this headline. Let me go back to my slide. So you can see this. That's why for the awareness of legal startups, I started this platform, and recently around 20 plus students are also working as an intern and as a team. They keep writing on. You can check it later on blogs and then do research also. So this is how I started. Like in 2016, I launched my website and put a pro bono tab on that website. So in that situation, then I thought, let me separate the personal and then the thing pro bono thing. So then I thought, and then I asked my friend developer, all the website developed by my friend. He's running a IT company. So then I thought, and then I launched Pro Bono India in 2016 itself, but the website was launched in 2017. I started with one Facebook page, and then on one Gmail account. I launched as a competition. That way I started, and then gradually I launched in website in 2017. So in Pro Bono India, like legal aid as a law student, law teacher, legal fraternity, I would say that it's our responsibility to to help the society go for legal aid. legal awareness, but hardly you can see people are building, okay, I want to practice, or I want to join law firm. This kind of tendencies are there. Right? Oh, okay. And there's a student. Okay, I will do number of moot courts. I will want to become a very great lawyer while doing this kind of moot court activities. But you have to think out of box. It is your responsibility, right? Even if you are solving some query in day to day life, it will be great help for the society. So that way, whatever in this program in India, like whatever legal aid, legal awareness is happening all over the world, not in India. That I'm putting it one platform in 2000, yeah, in the legal startup, as I told you, whatever happening is legal startup all over the world that I'm putting in one platform. And I don't know how many of knowing about the court management. There are court managers are there across the country. 13 Finance Commission in 2010, Indian government, they come up with policy. They allocated 300 crore rupees for the appointment of court managers, but still they are struggling. There are a lot of issues were there. It's a different story. So I also come up with a port management authority bill also to structurized model, and I planned a conference on port management and backlog of cases at Gujarat National Law University. And then I interacted with various court managers came across India, and then I interacted with them. So I came to know various issues were there. There's a disparity between salary, job profile, and the higher or the courts and authority. They are not accepting their position wholeheartedly. So many issues are there regarding court manager. So with the support of court manager, I started this website code management. So whatever code, things are happening in code management, so that I am putting at one platform. So on this code management website. So this is a regarding business plan. I won't be discussing that thing. I'll be happy to. I am done from my side. Thank you very much. I'll be happy to take some questions from the participants. Over to you, Tushar.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. Sir, we have received a couple of questions via email, which I would like to put in front. The first is that what were the main challenges when you started Pro Bono India and Legal Startup?
So in Pro Bono India, let me tell you, I was working on my PhD. So simultaneously, I thought about this platform. And initially, like for example, starting a website, again the range from a normal website takes maybe 8 to 10,000 rupees. The more you go, more features are there. They require a lot of money. So in this like I started my website klgupta.in, that's my personal one. Then talk to my friend developer, because I don't have money, because and I planned this website, please help me out. Then he told me no problem. And then he told me, Kalpesh, whenever you'll get the money, please give me. Then the website was launched in January 2017, and then I gave him money in 3-4 installment. And in last 4 years, I would say I have received maybe 100 plus emails from the various companies. Okay, we'll go. We will help you to get more traffic on your platform, this and that. And then sometimes you have to ask to upgrade your website. And then I asked some of the couple of the developer. I asked how much it will cost. So he told me this kind of website will cost like maybe like 50 to 60,000 rupees. And then let me tell you, I got it done one I would say 1/4 of the amount, around maybe 15,000. So every year I need to go for renewal. Same thing, I renewed this legal startup also. Legal startup, as I told you, not much issue were there, because as I told you, the four website developed by my friends only. So whenever I talk to him, so I give some advance, and then work starts, and then gradually it picks up. But I suggest, when you get the idea, right, try to, as a legal, I hope all are the legal law student or faculties. So when you get the idea, build a team, and the creating website easy. Like we are not like manufacture. We don't have to manufacture anything. It's like if you want to go for something AI based, or some big platform, that is something different thing. But you can start up with your small website and some platforms. Easily you can do it, and then gradually you can scale it up. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So the other question is, like other startups, do legal startups also require large capital investment?
Legal startup initially don't require much investment. You can start with, as I told you, how I started. So not much requirement, but if you gradually grow up, you must be looking at the legal this live law, right? How they started, they come up with app also, because gradually they started. It has been like, you will see there are 5 6 articles are there on my live law also. So I was working with that at the time. I am Ahmedabad. I wrote different articles for the live law. So same thing you might have also written for the live law, other IP readers and different platforms. So gradually they build up now very good traffic, so they get the money from even they started subscription also. You might have seen yearly and different kind of subscription they started. So the revenue model is there. Once you need to get a very good traffic on your platform, then you'll get the advertisement and revenue from the website. How this the Facebook and YouTube, they are earning. So that way you can gradually build up, and then definitely revenue model will be there. Same thing for the Locktopus also. One of the webinar I was with the Tanuj Kalia, is the founder of how he started. When he was in college, he used to go every day, cyber cafe, and used to at least, at least one update should be there on my platform. Gradually build up, and now recently come up with online courses also, online.locktopus.com I think. So different, but you need to start, definitely start getting ideas, and then gradually will building up with the support of your friends, relatives, and then the funding also sometimes is very appealing then.
Yes, sir. So there
Yes,
is
please.
one more question. Is it possible for students just starting out to be successful in regards to legal startups?
Yeah, can you repeat? I missed.
Yes, sir. Is it possible for students just starting out to be successful in with regards to legal startups? But I think the participant wants to. I think she wants to ask that if a student is starting a startup, is it possible to be successful in that?
Definitely, there are. I think there are many startup are there. Like started by student. I give you my students example. They started when they were in second year, first year, third year itself with the batchmate, and then gradually they build up. And as I told you, we have a support system. They got the funding from Gujarat National Law University. Even if they started, participant business plan competition. My student, they participate in different business plan competition. They meant for management student, engineer, but they went and they participated and they got the very good prizes also. They got the support and the awards from the our state government also. So that can be done. I request to sir, participant can directly ask the question to me also, because there are lesser number of participants. If anybody wants to
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. If anyone wants to ask, then they can ask you any question. If any participant has any question, he or she can switch on the mic and ask the question directly.
So I really strongly suggest everybody's having some idea, and don't try to copy that's a platform which is already available. Try to come with something unique for your platform. Right? Some my team member are also telling me, sir, come up with this kind of platform, and then try to do like other platforms are doing. So no, this is our identity. So we want like recently we completed a certificate course on legal aid and allied law. So very something different we thought of, and we come up with a case compilation of anti-meta cases, and it's a couple of more going in pipeline. That was really something different, and people are really appreciating because that's very unique we have done. That way, I strongly suggest to differentiate yourself from the crowd.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So if there are no more questions, then we can proceed to the vote of thanks. Yes, sir, I think there are no more questions. So on behalf of Being Logical, we would like to thank you, sir, for taking out time from a busy schedule. We could not have hoped for anyone more apt than you for such a enlightening session on such a relevant topic. Furthermore, we are thankful to all the participants who have joined in, and I hope we have been successful in spreading the legal awareness. And we hope to host you soon. Yes, sir. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much for Thank you very much for inviting.
Yes, sir. So should we end the meeting?
Yeah. So if any, I'm dropping my number. If anyone requires my assistance, so they can put me for any guidance.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining.